Welcome to Sportsbet Daily at oddsmarket.com, and it's that time of the week when number Juan joins me, Martin Green joins me, and it's La Liga. How was your weekend, sir? Double banker, was it, for Barcelona?
Yeah, but it was a push, not that bad.
Oh,
It was a risky move, but hey, didn't lose anything. So
No,
that was good.
No, it's the best way to be. I mean, because if you win, you're obviously going to win big, and if you get it half right, then you don't lose a penny. And I mean, that's a sensible way to go.
Yeah.
Martin, how was your weekend in La Liga?
Fantastic, thanks, Flash. I gave 2 tips for the Barcelona Atletico Madrid game. One of them came in, and all 3 of my others came in, including the banker. So, yeah, made a good profit in La Liga, which made up for a bit of a shaky performance in the Premier League. Balanced me out overall. So I'm happy with La Liga at the moment.
And how do you see this weekend's card, Martin?
I think there's some pretty tough fixtures in there, to be honest. I've been betting on Valencia quite a lot recently, but they've got a tricky away game against local rivals Levante. Same with Getafe. There's a few teams that I've liked the look of that I feel like have got dodgy away games, so I'm staying clear of them, and I only have a few tips for this round of fixtures, mainly focusing on the big teams.
And number one, do you like this card?
It was tough for me. It was tough, tricky games. I'm sticking with Real Madrid again this week. Barcelona, I'm staying away. I found no value on that game against Mallorca, but yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting.
Rafa, we've got Radek coming through our feed. Thank you. No worries. It's just Radek being nice and early. We like that. Radek will be joining us for the Bundesliga. So let's crack straight on. Let's have a little look at the records, please, Rafa, in La Liga.
You switched me to the...
Yeah. Are you excited for this weekend?
I'm excited for the records to be coming up. I know that. Come on, and again, please, Rafa. 13.5 units of profit, you two, and that's absolutely brilliant. Average price of 2.01 and an accuracy of 54%. Rafa, can we have a look at their individuals, please? Martin, they're at 8.1. And number one, 5.4. Who's actually been doing the picking? Have you got like a special system?
I have a secret assistant.
Assistant?
Yeah.
Male or female?
Underpaid. No, I'm not going to specify.
No,
binary.
Okay, we like that.
I don't know if he's human, though.
No, he. You said he. You've let it out. You're not going to be a very good James Bond, are you? I'm not going to tell you anything, whether it's male or female.
I'm excited with the movie.
Yeah, hey, April the 2nd it comes out.
Oof, it's gonna be
Looking
cold.
forward to that. Martin, let's crack on with you, eh? Real Madrid 1.23, draw 7.5, and Espanyol at 17.
Yeah, this is a game that Real Madrid should win comfortably. Espanyol play with a 3 at the back, and the likes of Bale, Hazard going down the wings, even someone like Rodrigo or Vinicius Jr. going into those roles, I think will cause them plenty of problems. I'm not very optimistic about Espanyol's chances of beating relegation this season. They look in real trouble to me. I think Real Madrid should win, but they're not exactly blowing teams away at the moment. They're grinding out victories rather than looking overly convincing. So I'm not going to go too crazy for this one. I'm just going to go for Real and the under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.7. Also, if he starts, quite like the look of Gareth Bale to score at any time. You can get even money on that, but I will wait and see if he actually starts before pulling the trigger on that one.
Okay, Real Madrid and under 4.5 goals at 1.7 seems decent odds. It's a lot bigger than your first ever banker on this show. So are you interested in this this type
I
of
think
bet?
that James Bond is Martin Green here.
Do you think?
I think he's spying my computer at night. I don't know, because I have the same pick, people. I have Real Madrid under 4.5, the same odds, 1.70. So yeah, I'm expecting Real Madrid to win, but there's no value, it's just a win. So I'm adding the under 4.5. The last 3 games in Real Madrid home against Espanyol were 1-0, 2-0, and 2-0. So I'm not expecting a lot of goals, especially this Real Madrid. They're a little bit shaky. They are not at top shape at the moment. But yeah, I don't expect no problems from Espanyol against the Real.
Martin, if we say that trend is our friend, have you got the odds for Real Madrid to win to 0 in front of you?
Yeah, I can find those pretty quickly. Flash, let me just have a look here. Not on that list. Win to 0. Real Madrid to win to 0 is 1.8.
There you go. 1.8.
1.8.
So if you fancy the trend is your friend, last 3 games, remember 1-0, 2-0 and 2-0. And that's a 1.8, or you go with Martin and number Juan at Real Madrid and under 4.5 at 1.7. Martin, back to you. Villarreal, 3.42, the draw, 3.3, and Atletico at 2.4. Seems like a big price for Atletico.
Does seem like a big price, but I don't really trust Atletico on the road. They've been in a bit of a tailspin since their 2 first-choice centre-halves, Jose Jimenez and Stefan Savic, were injured. Jimenez had a great partnership with Godin at the back. Godin went to Inter Milan. Savic seemed to be the first choice to play alongside him. Since they've both been injured, we've had Mario Hermoso and Felipe in the centre of defence, and they've done okay, but they just haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 6 matches, which is very unlike this Atletico Madrid side. They are still good going forward, so I'm hoping for an open, entertaining game in this one. Villarreal score in most games. They've been very, very good going forward of late, even with Santi Cazorla injured, and Atletico have looked vulnerable at the back. So I think I'm going to go for both teams to score in this one at 1.95.
Okay, 1.95. Okay, let's move on. Osasuna 3.55, the draw 3.55, and Sevilla 2.22. It wouldn't be La Liga if we didn't have number 1 getting involved in a game with Sevilla.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite one, I think.
Or is that a banker?
No.
Not a banker,
no,
just your favourite.
just say Sevilla to pick.
Oh, okay.
Sevilla, they turned the tables in these past few months. They were not doing great, but they're back on track. 5 games straight, and away from home, 3 matches they have won. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. Sevilla hasn't lost in 10 games. And Osasuna hasn't won in the last 4 games against Sevilla. So I'm sticking with Sevilla to win at 2.25.
Well, it's gone down to 2.22, but you're going to go just a straight win. Don't complicate it. Sevilla
Exactly.
at 2.25. I'll give you 2.25. You've nicked the bits. Okay, Martin, you have gone for the Barcelona game. Barcelona 1.16, draw 9.2, and Mallorca, who don't travel great, at 26.
Yeah, I was looking at this game for a long time, trying to find value in it. Barcelona obviously have the best home record in La Liga, excellent at the Nou Camp. Mallorca have the worst away record in the division. They've lost all 6 games when they've left the comfort of their island. I think Barcelona should win this one fairly comfortably. They beat Atletico at the weekend, remain top of the table. They're in good form. Difficult to find value though. I mean, you can put it in an accumulator, but there's not a great deal there. Win to 0 was something I was looking at, given Mallorca's struggles in front of goal. But one that I like the look of in the end is Barcelona to win both halves. You can get 2.1 on that. They've won the first half in 5 of their 6 home games so far this season. And they've won the second half in 5 of their 6 home games. So that suggests they're pretty good either side of the break. Whereas Mallorca have lost 4 out of 6 of both the first half and the second half when they're on the road. So I like the look of that. But I wouldn't put you off Barcelona to win to 0 at 1.8 as a bit of a more simple option as well.
Yeah, I think that win both halves at 2.1 is unbelievable value for the side that are going to try. Oh, I mean, this is going to be a head-to-head by the looks of things with Real Madrid. Okay, number 1. Valladolid 3.37, draw 3.3, and Real Sociedad 2.4. Seems very skinny for the away side, number 1.
Valladolid is a tough team to score against them in their home. Maybe they're not a winning team, but they are tough in defense, especially against this type of teams. Real Sociedad, last game against them ended up 1-1, a draw. So my pick for this weekend, for this game, is under 2.5 at 1.67. In fact, I see a draw in this game. I may be wrong, but I'm sticking with my under 2.5.
But you wouldn't put anyone off the 3.3 for value?
Come again?
You wouldn't put anyone off of the 3.3 for the draw?
I see it as a draw, but
Okay.
I'd rather stay with the under 2.5.
Okay, I mean, and if you see a draw, you think it could be a 1-1 or a 0-0? You prefer 1-1 over 0-0? So pick somebody more.
Real Sociedad is a team, is a team that scores goals.
That's what I mean. So 1-1.
1-1 is,
yeah,
I see
both
it
teams
more
to
as,
score.
also that's a good one.
Okay, so maybe have a little speculative punt on the 1-1 or the both teams to score. But Valladolid and Real Sociedad is under 2.5 at 1.67. Then prices are starting to come down again, number Juan.
Oh, they're going to pick up again? Don't worry.
Okay, well, let's see if you pick up in this one then. Real Betis, 2 wins on the bounce at 2.37, draw 3.3, and Atletico Bilbao, 3.3. Athletic Bilbao, sorry.
Be ready.
I'm ready.
Both teams to score, 1.93. You see?
Both
picking
teams
up
to score.
Exactly.
At what? 1 point what?
93.
1.93.
Yeah, you see, much better than 167.
No, yeah, but listen, a winner's a winner. It's no good
Exactly.
having long price losers like I have in the Premier League at the minute. Okay, yeah, it's been a bad time of it, but I'll shake free.
Let me tell you why I'm choosing both teams to score.
Well, please do. That's why you're here.
That's right. Here it is, people. Athletic and Betis, they have scored in 5 of the last 6 games. So they both are scoring teams. Athletic hasn't lost in the last 5. And the last game between each other at Betis home, in Sanchez Pizjuan, I think it's called the stadium, ended up 2-2. So it will be an entertaining game. So that's why I'm choosing both teams to score.
Excellent.
Yes.
And thank you for actually coming on here and giving a reason behind your picks.
I always give a reason. They're great reasons.
And obviously that person that gives you all the information and does your picks for you.
I'm going to give him food.
Him, again.
Yeah.
So it's definitely... We've got
Maybe tomorrow's her.
So now it's definitely a man. Okay.
I'm going to give a pie or something.
A nice pie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. You're all heart. Okay, like a banker, please, Martin.
I'll go with Real Madrid under 4.5 goals in that Espanyol game. I think they grind out a victory at the Bernabeu.
Okay, can you and your accomplice, can we get a banker out of you for the weekend?
You have the same idea, Martin, and me. I'm choosing also the Real. Sorry. It's not my first language, English.
Well, it's not your first rodeo neither, but you need to start riding.
Real Madrid versus Espanyol also is my banker under Real Madrid under 4.5.
Lovely, a 1.7, and remember, bow anytime at 2 if he plays, if he starts. Martin will have a little piece of. It's not for the official record, but it's also just to point you in the right direction. And remember, Real Madrid to win to nil is a 1.8. So thank you, Martin. I will see you Premier League punters later on in the week. Let's hope we have a good night tonight. Number 1 and your invisible friend. Thank you very much.
Maybe one day I will bring it.
Maybe. Maybe.
If it works this week, maybe.
Well, maybe we'll have him instead of you. That's the better one.
No. He's ugly.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Not like me.
Says the oil painting. Okay, that's brilliant. Let's kick on then. Let's go to the Bundesliga. And we've got Radek and we've got Alex. And this league is an absolute minefield. I say every week. It's like the championship in England. Boys, how did we do last weekend?
We did great, absolutely amazing.
And Radek, thumbs up, and all of a sudden, the Bundesliga's taking shape.
Excuse me?
It's starting to take shape where you can take your picks with a little bit more confidence.
Yes, depends on some luck as well, but yeah, on the long run, I think it pays out.
Excellent. Well, let's have a little look at the record then, please, Rafa. Bundesliga's been very, very tough this season. We look at the record and 6.7 units of profit. Now, it was only a couple of weeks ago that we were struggling around the 2.06 average price. That's what I love to see because that's proper value. And their individuals, please, Rafa. We've got Alex. Bang, there you go.
Yay.
No red, 0 profit. That means 0 losses. And Radek 6.7, doing great, Radek. And it's all down to the old Radek special, I fancy. Listen, let's crack straight on then, gentlemen. I'm going to come to you, Radek, first. Then it's Freiburg 2.98, the draw 3.4, and Wolfsburg at 2.55.
Yes, great, Alex. Now let's start the season for you as well. And in this game, I lean on Wolfsburg because I think Freiburg just won one of the last 4 games, and yeah, we have a very good defense team at home. Freiburg is the best defense team at home with only 6 goals conceded. But Wolfsburg is the best overall defense team with only 13 goals conceded. And I can't see Wolfsburg not pointing here. So I'm going with the Asian handicap 0 on Wolfsburg with an odds of 1.8. And I think this is very good. And I even expect a Wolfsburg win here, but I want to be on the Asian handicap 0 to be aware of the draw.
Okay, Radek, so that's Wolfsburg, draw no bet at 1.8.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Alex, well done, by the way, for getting out of the red and back into where you like, your little launch pad. Okay, Augsburg 2.3, draw 3.5, Mainz 3.1, and you look very bright today.
Yeah, bright, white a little bit. I have some issues with my skin color. Sometimes it's more black, but it's because of the light. It's not because it's because of the light. I was about to go 4-0 last week, but I had 1 goal waiting on that Bayern game. Absolutely devastated by it. I had Bayern versus Leverkusen over 3.5, and they lost 1-2. I had Dortmund as my banker. Boy, I was sweating on that one. 2-0 in the first half. Conceded a goal from a deflection. After that, Hummels decided to be red carded before the end of the first half. And what to see? They won 2-1. I think that you're right. I think that they're playing better in 10 without Hummels, you know. This is the funny thing.
It's funny you say that, Alex, because obviously that was my job, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sometimes he's playing good, sometimes he's playing bad.
No, he's not played good all year.
This season he's the worst. I think that hopefully they will be without him for 2 rounds. So I can clearly bet on Dortmund from now on. Augsburg versus Mainz. Augsburg winning bet banker of the week for Radek. One of my 4 bets for me. Draw double chance on Augsburg. Absolutely a brilliant match. Also that Augsburg match. Mainz also let's say a good team. They're conceding a lot. This is what I like about them lately. And absolutely shockingly for me, they won 2-1 against Eintracht Frankfurt last week. On Monday it was that. But this time I'm going with the Alex Classic at 1.9. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the match. It should be an easy winner, I believe. Because we are talking about 2 mid-table teams, I believe that they will go on all in. They are struggling big time at the back, so we should easily see them both scoring and over 2.5 goals in the match.
Yeah, and obviously Mainz, they love to counter-attack, and didn't they score 5 away from home just 2 weeks ago? So yeah, we love that. I think that's an Alex Classic. 1.9, I think you can lock that up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to come back to that at the end of the show when I ask for your banker, Alex. Okay, Radek, yeah. Dortmund, 1.33, draw 6, Düsseldorf, 10.
Yes, so I don't bet on Dortmund, and I hope Alex doesn't neither, because they're unpredictable, and they almost draw against Hertha BSC. 1 goal was not given thanks to the video referee. But in this game, what I think is that there will be goals. So Düsseldorf can score. They scored 3 goals against Schalke. They scored 4 goals against Bayern. And these two are big teams, and Dortmund is a big team, wants to be a big team. And if they are a big team, they have to score against Düsseldorf in this game. Düsseldorf can also score in Dortmund. So I like over 3.5 goals for 2.1.
Wow, and that's just 3.5 goals in the game. I mean, wow, you're looking for an entertaining game there. Dortmund, can't trust them, don't want to know about them, but obviously now we're cheering on. I'd like to see Düsseldorf win 4-0, to be honest. And then you get over 3.5 and I just see someone else put their foot right into Dortmund. Alex, Mönchengladbach 5.55, the draw 4.8, and Bayern at 1.58. Can you trust Bayern?
Yeah, I think that you can trust Bayern. I think that the only thing that made them lose that game against Leverkusen, it was the inability to transform the huge opportunities into goals, because they clearly dominated all the match, 75% possession, 11 shots on goal, 23 goals opportunities. Only Bayer, not to say that also Leverkusen had some, but Leverkusen on the counter, on the break, bam, and that's it. You know, they have those great fast players like Leon Bailey, the fastest player in Bundesliga, and I'm talking about Leverkusen. This is how they beat Bayern Munich. Yeah, I can trust the Bayern Munich, and I'm going with Bayern Munich in this match. But for better value, I'm going Bayern Munich and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.95, because I really think that Gladbach will help us to win this bet too, because I think that they will find the back of the net too. Gladbach first in the standings there. Of course, the difference is not big, as you mentioned at the beginning of this segment. Bundesliga is a tough league to predict this season, and thanks to Radek, we are in great profit, because 6.7 is a great profit given what happened so far this season. Gladbach first, again, they have the joint best defense. No, the second joint best defense in the league with 15 goals. But Bayer with such a great attacking firepower will dominate the game, and I think that they will win it. So Bayer and over 2.5 goals at 1.95.
Alex, what would you say to those people that want to say Mönchengladbach double chance? Because obviously they're at home, they're atop, they're doing really well. Bayern Munich are getting beat. I mean, one week they look like absolute world beaters. And remember, have we got Champions League coming up as well very soon?
Yeah, we have Champions League next week, but that shouldn't be a problem for Bayern, who are already qualified with maximum points after 5 matches, and they already know that they are first in the standings, even if they will lose the match against Mourinho next. I think that they are playing on Wednesday, if I remember correct. So I think that Bayern will try to close the gap on Gladbach right now. Obviously, also on Leipzig and on Schalke. Why not to overpass one of them? Because Leverkusen are playing Schalke, so Schalke might have a bad step this round. Bayern are not happy with this 4th place, despite being just 4 points behind the leaders, you know. So I think that that defeat against Leverkusen was a mistake, the 3rd mistake of the season, let's say, because the biggest mistake was the 5-1 4 rounds ago against Eintracht Frankfurt. I think that they will do it. 2.55 is draw double chance on Mönchengladbach, who wants to take it. I don't know, maybe plus 1.5 on the Asian handicap is good there at 1.61, but obviously the odds are too low for me in that case.
Okay, let's move on then, Radek. Werder Bremen 1.55, the draw 4.8, and Paderborn at 5.7.
Same here. I think there will be goals because Paderborn managed to score twice against Leipzig, and Leipzig is a better team than Bremen. And they scored 3 times against Dortmund, so why not score against Bremen? But on the other hand, I think Bremen has to win this home game. But yeah, Paderborn. One day they might win a game as well, and so good as the odds might say is Bremen is not good English. I'm sorry for that. I just want to say that the odds are too low for Bremen here. And I won't bet on Paderborn, but I hope there will be goals over 3.5 for 1.9.
Okay, you want an entertaining weekend this weekend, Radek. There's no nil-nils in the Radek household. And there won't be a 0-0 if I'm right in this game, Alex. RB Leipzig 1.45, the draw 5.1, and Hoffenheim at 7.5.
Yeah, well, before I move to that match, I want to say that one of our friends from the live chat, Craig Stewart, is saying Radek is too scared to talk about Bayer this week after saying Lewandowski is better than Gerd Müller last week.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
I can talk about that. Yeah, Lewandowski had one bad game, and I think he had a header on the goal post. So yeah, it was just bad luck that he didn't score here, and Leverkusen doesn't know how they won this game, and that's why I think Alex bet on Bayern is good, and I won't bet on a double chance Gladbach here because they are way too high in the standings as they belong to.
Okay, well, get us going with RB Leipzig, please, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. RB Leipzig on fire right now across all competitions. They already qualified in the knockout stages of the Champions League, but I think that they weren't tested so far in Champions League because their group was, let's say, one of the easiest group for a good team with Zenit, Lyon, and Benfica there. Also second in Bundesliga, 4 matches won in a row. We did good to stay away from Hoffenheim last week because we burned ourselves 2 weeks ago when Hoffenheim lost to Mainz, conceding 5 goals, 4 of them with 1 man extra. With Hoffenheim, so that it's time to go against Hoffenheim to remain with this RB Leipzig train, the better side between the two at home. Also, I'm not saying that Hoffenheim might not contribute on the scoreboard because I think they will. So I'm going RB Leipzig and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.91. And let's see some action in Bundesliga because most of our bets are saying goals this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that our last one's going to be goals, though, because we've got Bayer Leverkusen at 1.92, draw 3.9, and Schalke 4.2. This Schalke side, I cannot get right. I think they're workmanlike, and they're not good enough, and they won't be good enough come the end of the season.
Yeah, they surprisingly are third right now with 25 points. Very, very good. Just 2 matches lost. This is my banker of the week, and it's the over 2.5 goals, and I really don't understand the price at 1.75. I think that Leverkusen are going with the first chance because they, let's say they bounced back after after a bad period of time. But I really think that Schalke might get something out of this match, to be honest. You know that I love Leverkusen and I love their team. But let's say a draw double chance for Schalke at 1.97. I think that represents value. But I will stay away of this. I will just go for goals. Banker of the week, one of my bankers in Bundesliga, because I have 2 in Serie A, you will see. Over 2.5 goals in Leverkusen Schalke, over at 1.75.
And that's your banker in Bundesliga?
Yes, banker in Bundesliga.
Thank you very much. Radek, Give me your banker, please.
Yeah, it was my first bet on Wolfsburg Asian Handicap 0 or drawn or bet on Wolfsburg. I can't see them not pointing in Freiburg this weekend.
Well, good luck, gentlemen. And that minefield, I fancy you have got clear path ahead of you. I think the worst is behind you. Alex will now go into the black, and we'll have Radek just keep on adding up them units. Good luck to you both, gentlemen. Alex, you stay there. I'm going to get Chef Michael up, and we can go into Serie A. So, Radek, good luck, my friend.
Why?
So, Alex, we're looking at Serie A this week, and we got Inter, we got Juve, and the team I told you about last week that I thought was starting to come good is Milan. Obviously waiting for Chef Michael. So what do you think about Milan? Have they turned a corner?
No, come on. They won against the Parma 1-0. This
Away
is
from home.
turning the corner. No, that's
1-1 against Napoli.
Let's see them against Bologna, a far better side than Parma, and again on the road for AC Milan. This is why they are priced at 2.5. I let's say that I don't have a match on the, I don't have a bet on that match, but I'm seeing both teams to score. I think that is a correct bet, but the odds are under 1.7 at 1.66, so I'm not playing it. But I fancy the draw here if we are talking about the winners market at 3.4. Just 2 leans on that match because, again, I repeat, I don't have an official tip for that match.
Okay,
but again,
well,
Serie A is our firepower.
No, it certainly is. There certainly is. Now, obviously, we're going to be joined by Chef Michael, who's chairman of the Inter Milan Supporters Club for Odds Market and SBR Sports. Chef Michael, how are you, sir?
Flash, I'm doing pretty good. It's cold and rainy out here, so you won't be catching me falling asleep by the pool getting sunburnt this weekend.
Hey, did you hear about me falling asleep by the pool last week and getting sunburnt? I have got stripes over me. You've got the chef, you've got the grill master. Well, it looks like someone was actually putting slabs of meat on me. I was burning for about 5 days, but I didn't let them get away with it, by the way. I can't believe they let me just sleep by the side of the pool. Right. Let's crack straight on. Let's look at this impressive record that you boys have put together in Serie A, please, Rafa. Record 30.9 units. That is one of them from me. Average 1.94 and the accuracy 63.5%. Return of interest at 24.3. That is most impressive. Can we have a look at the individuals, please, Rafa? Alex at 13.4 and Chef Michael 17.5, and 17.4 of them have been involving Inter games. Okay, well, listen, we are consistent. We know exactly what's going on. I'm going to start with Chef Michael, and we're going to start with Inter. Inter 1.95, the draw 3.95, Roma 4. Fancy an away win here, Chef Michael?
No. After the season, I'm going to send Antonio Conte and the boys a thank you letter for buying me a new car. You know, whatever it gets me. But I'm not really impressed with this Roma side. You know, these teams, especially like Roma, that rely so heavily on one person. That's what they do with Edin Dzeko. I don't see them having too much to offer here with Inter. You know, especially since going to the top of the table after the last round, they beat up on the Spa, I believe, yeah. See, I can't even remember who they played. I wasn't on that match.
What, Inter last week?
Yeah, they beat Spa. Yes. I couldn't remember because I wasn't on that one.
2-1.
Yeah, they played Sparta Prague.
Yeah, but you look at their last result. It's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. They're conceding goals. Roma, you know, without Edin Dzeko, you know, their highest scorer is Alexander Karlov, and, you know, that's a defender. So I think the midfield for Roma is pretty weak, and they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Inter, to keep in mind, they also have the Champions League clash next week with Barcelona, but that's at home at the San Siro, so I don't think that's going to be any problem for them. I think that they're going to go forward here and try to get the 3 points. Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez are just playing out of their minds right now. Inter should be too much again right here. I got 2 bets on this one. Inter and over 1.5 at 2.3. You know, obviously, all their matches they're conceding and they're scoring at least 2 goals by themselves. And Inter straight win at 1.95.
You like both of them, Inter at 1.95 and the Inter and over 1.5 at 2.3, Chef Michael.
Yeah, those look pretty good to me. I think, you know, it should have no problem going over. And then, you know, just to be safe, we got the Inter straight win. Maybe we see a 2-0, 1-0 type match. Yeah,
I've been really impressed with the way the Inter shift the ball so quickly. I was a little bit disappointed in them conceding last week in midweek, but Lukaku actually put in half a performance that he can be proud of. Obviously, his goal was a slip and he went through 1-on-1, but his ball with the outside of his foot, so that put it on the plate, I was like, wow. I mean, but I still think they're better off without him, to be honest. Alex, Inter or Roma?
I disagree with Chef Michael a little bit here because I think that he didn't watch a lot of AS Roma games to say that they don't have a midfield, because they have a crazy midfield. They have 2 young guns, Lorenzo Pellegrini and Nicolo Zaniolo, 2 absolutely great midfielders. They also have Justin Kluivert, the son of the big Kluivert, the legend, playing again together with Dzeko there. They also have from time to time Eric Mkhitaryan, our old friend from the Premier League. And they have a great defensive side too. I think that Roma can contribute on the scoreboard. Inter are conceding goals, like Chef Michael said, and it's all in for me on the Alex Classic here. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.95. And let's not forget, Inter must win the Champions League match next week to qualify further in the knockout stages.
Okay, well, I think you're both expecting Inter to score 2 goals. Obviously, Alex Classic at 1.95, Inter at 1.95, and Inter and over 1.5 at 2.3. I'm going to put both of them on your record if you're happy with that, Chef Michael.
Yep, absolutely.
That doesn't really shock me. I'm going to stay with you, Chef Michael. Udinese 5.4, draw 3.8. And Napoli at 1.72. Now, I've seen their last 2 games. I watched them be very workmanlike away in Milan. Then I watched them at home last week go 1-0 up, take their foot off the gas, and were pitiful.
Yeah, they've been a pretty pitiful team lately. I mean, they got locked down at the training grounds, and you know, it was just a really bizarre situation. And you know, to come back from that and have a poor performance. I mean, that was the reason why you got locked down at the training grounds to begin with. And you know, you would think they'd have some fight back, you know, in the past couple of weeks to try to show some sort of, you know, like they're trying to do something, but there's just draw after draw after draw. And now Ancelotti's reportedly, you know, he's been given 2 matches to try to save his job, and which is he going to try to go for it? He's going to try to save his job, and he wants the guys to rally around him, which, you know, are they going to rally around him, or are they just going to lay down and let him get sacked? You know, we've seen that situation play out a few times. I think the Napoli is going to try to come out here and try to win this game. I mean, you can't draw or lose to Udinese, regardless if it's on the road or not. I think they're going to have a pretty easy time winning in the Champions League next week against Genk and try to qualify further along. So I think this is a must-win for them, and I think they can get it done at 1.72. I just don't see them losing this match.
So it's just a straight win, don't complicate it. 1.72 for a Napoli away win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex, I see you nodding, but I fancy you might have a little bit of an addition on that.
No, I like the value, and I'm on the same bet here. And if they were playing against, for example, I'm giving an example, Cagliari or Sassuolo or Bologna, I wouldn't touch them at that price. But against Udinese, I love the bet. Udinese, no shots on target in the 3-0 defeat against Lazio. 2 shots on target against Sampdoria. Sampdoria dominated the entire match. No goals at home against Spal. A dreadful side right now. Going down, as I see, if they don't do something really quick, because Ranieri will save Sampdoria, as I saw lately in his matches. They will overcome Udinese in the standings. After that, Genoa, I think that they will go head-to-head with Udinese, and Udinese might go down if they don't do something in the January transfer window. 1.72. And about Ancelotti trying to save his job, I think that he doesn't give a fuck about saving his job or not. He is very, very professional. He will be concentrated on that and only on that, but not about saving his job, because there are other teams knocking at his door after that. We saw so many teams sacking their managers so far in the top 5 leagues. So he will find a job very, very easy. He will not stay to save his job at Napoli, a side that might not catch the Champions League this season.
Okay, well, let's move on, Alex. And I cannot believe this price. Lazio 2.95, the draw 3.55, and Juve a massive 2.48.
Yeah, because Juve are not impressing lately. Our Juve, Sassuolo, both teams to score, it was easily in. Sassuolo were few minutes, let's say few minutes away. They were absolutely impressive against Juventus. They could easily have scored 2 more goals against a poor Juventus side. On one side, we have the host Lazio with the top scorer in Italy, 17 goals, Ciro Immobile, and 5 assists in 14 matches. He scored in 12 of them. So in 14 matches, he has 17, but he has scored in 12 matches so far this season. We have also some other players, because let's say that they are not staying only on Ciro Immobile, who is passing to Ciro Immobile. Joaquin Correa, absolutely brilliant, very fast, a great midfielder, always happy to deliver some great assists for Ciro Immobile. And on the other side, we have the former best player in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm saying former because he's not anymore the best player in the world. Many young players are coming from the back, already past him at the level right now. I'm not saying how great he was in the history. Plus, a little bit lack of character there from Cristiano Ronaldo, not to appear at the Ballon d'Or prizes in Paris. I think that that was, again, his bad character. Anyway, he will try to prove something in this match, because he failed to win the Ballon d'Or, and he will try to. It's the first match after the prizes, so he will try to make a statement that he is still the best, and so on. So I fancy a very, very entertaining match. But this bet, both teams to score at 1.7, banker of the week, because it's just no possible way that Lazio will not score against Juve. Maybe Juve not to score against Lazio, because I really think that Lazio can get something about from this match.
Okay, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, total lack of class. Also, I don't think he's anywhere near. I think you've got so many players that are above him in the standings now, whether they're strikers, whether they're defenders in Virgil van Dijk, but you've got likes of Mbappe. And
Sterling.
There's so many players now above him. I've called it for about the last 18 months, and Harry won it last year. That will still completely dumbfound me. Okay, Bologna 2.85, draw 3.48, Milan 2.6. Chef Michael.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a spot here for AC Milan. They've been trying to climb the table here, and it looks like they might, like I heard you guys talking, they might try to turn a corner here. There's rumors that Mr. Zlatan is coming over to AC Milan, but MLS is trying to squash that. So they're trying to make a move here. They had an earlier losing streak against Inter and Torino and Fiorentina, which made them completely a stay-away team. But since then, they've had a couple of draws, and they score a lot of goals. They're the number 5 over team in Serie A. They average over 3 goals per match, and I see goals here. I see both teams scoring here, so it's a straight both teams to score over 2.5 at amazing price here, 2.1. You're not going to see that price too often on both teams to score and over. So easy, straightforward play there. I see both teams scoring over 2.5.
Okay, Bologna-Milan is Alex Classic at 2.1. And if you just fancy both teams to score, it's 1.66. Alex finishes us off with Sassuolo at 2.5, draw 3.55, and Cagliari at 2.9.
The two most positive teams in this Serie A domestic Italian league. Absolutely brilliant. This match is a must-see, in my opinion. I think that it will be the most entertaining match this round in Serie A. We have Cagliari from one side, the visitors here with Nainggolan, bringing his fighting spirit from Inter, trying to make also a statement, because also this guy, it's tough to work with, always full of confidence on him, but very, very bad as a character from time to time. But we love his fighting spirit, we love his determination on the field, and he brought that with him to Cagliari. And Cagliari right now, they have Joao Pedro, brilliant striker, and they have Simeone, Giovanni Simeone, the son of Atletico Madrid coach Simeone, also good too. They have a really they are the surprise package of this round of this season in Serie A, 4th in the standings. Just a few points under Lazio, 3rd, and we have on the other. I think that everyone saw the comeback that Cagliari put it on Monday against Sampdoria from how much it was the score, 3-1 down. They won with a goal in the 96th minute. The Alex last minute goal, a winner for us there. And on the other side, we have Sassuolo, who really don't deserve this 14th place in the standings. They are far better than, but they are really struggling in their defensive side. So if they will work a little bit more there, they might climb the standings. But they are a great team. Again, fighting spirit, determination, and everything. So when two teams like that meet each other, there is no possible way we don't see goals, and we don't see at least 3 of them. So this is why I said I have 2 bankers for this week in Italy. Lazio, Juve both teams to score, and Sassuolo, Cagliari over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.73.
Okay, and yeah, just going on to Nainggolan, he was the player that I spoke to a few people, and I said that Arsenal should have bought him. He was the perfect foil. Arsenal, he would sit in there, he would clean up, he would win it, he would give it. And I likened him to what Leicester did the season before they won the Premier League. They went and got Cambiasso, and everyone said he's too old. But what he did was he won the ball, he gave it, he organised, and he just sat in there. And Arsenal missed a complete trick by letting him go to Cagliari. Okay, Chef Michael, give me your banker, please.
Flash, give me Inter draw no bet at 1.2. I'm just kidding. I was waiting to see what Flash would say.
Yeah, I did actually write 1, and I thought, Inter, draw no bet. I'm going to be like, and I didn't actually go the whole hog. So I'll give you half there that you did half get me. But yeah, so what is your banker?
I go straight inter-win. Can't get off it now.
Okay, my boy, that's exactly where I thought you would go. Inter 1.95 is the banker. 2 for Alex Sassuolo and Cagliari over 2.5 goals at 1.73. And Lazio and was it Lazio and Juve? Both teams to score at 1.7. Alex.
Yes, 1.7.
Excellent. All right, boys, have a great weekend. I'll speak to you soon. That's Serie A wrapped up. Keep up. Remember, 30.9 units. We'll have a look next week and see how far we go. Chef Michael, have a great weekend, and I'll see you for the Europa League next week. Alex, I'll see you for Champions League. Have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
See you guys.
That's
Thank you.
La Liga, Bundesliga, and Serie A all wrapped up. Coming up this afternoon, I think it's 4:30 Eastern Time, we're going to have UFC. ESPN 7. UFC is back, so that means that Team Liveline, my boys, Jay and Dave will be here to give us a rundown. And then tomorrow it will be NFL and lower leagues, and Friday will be the Premier League punters. Until then, you take care.